Picture this: a Netflix crew setting up cameras outside a frost-stiff cornfield in Plainfield, Wisconsin, winter 2025. They're shooting Monster Season 3, where Charlie Hunnam slips into the skin of serial killer Ed Gein. The locals watching from their porch rails know the story too well because the script was written for real, right here, the US Sun. Back in 1957, Plainfield was the kind of town that left keys in ignitions. On November 16, hardware store owner Bernice Worden vanished, leaving a single sales slip naming her last customer, the shy, stuttering handyman, Ed Gein. Deputies drove to his sagging farmhouse, expecting a routine welfare check, and stepped into America's darkest funhouse mirror. A gutted deer carcass hung from the rafters until a flashlight beam revealed it wasn't a deer at all, but Bernice, split like venison. In the kitchen, skulls served as soup bowls. A belt stitched from human nipples coiled in a drawer. Chairs wore leather made from human backs. Worst of all, investigators found the carefully peeled face of tavern owner Mary Hogan, preserved like a Halloween mask. Wikipedia Gein confessed to only those two murders, insisting most of his materials came from nocturnal grave robbing raids. Yet, the evidence told a deeper horror story. He was crafting a woman suit so he could become his dead mother, Augusta, iron-fisted matriarch whose voice still echoed in his skull. Declared criminally insane, Gein spent the next 27 years in a mental hospital, dying there in 1984 at 77. Biography: his crimes didn't die with him. They spawned the mother of all slasher archetypes: Norman Bates in Psycho, Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Buffalo Bill in The Silence of the Lambs. New generations keep reopening the wound. MGMG Awards 2023. Docuseries Psycho, the lost tapes of Ed Gein unearthed, chilling, never heard recordings of his interviews, reigniting fascination. Fox News. And now Monster promises to thrust his legend into millions of living rooms worldwide when it streams in 2026. Netflix. More than 6 decades later, Plainfield soil still yields shards of bone and brass buttons after heavy rains. Tourists arrive with selfie sticks. Survivors still avert their eyes, because the real terror of Ed Gein isn't the gore, it's the ordinariness. He was the polite neighbor who fixed your fence, then measured you for a lampshade. If this true crime tale tightened your chest, don't keep the shiver to yourself. Hit that subscribe button, smash, like, share with your bravest friends, and drop a comment below telling us which killer we should unmask next. Stay curious and keep your doors locked.